Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Straight Talking Leadership. This is a special episode because we are getting ready to celebrate the 245th birthday of the greatest nation on earth. I happen to be lucky enough to be from Philadelphia, the birthplace of America, so I thought, why not use Independence Hall as a backdrop? And this week's content is going to be the 3 leadership principles of George Washington. Let's get started. So George Washington, one of the founding fathers of the United States, the man who led our victory from the tyranny of Britain, and who also led our country as our very first president. I think he's got a few things that he could teach us about leadership. So let's get started with George Washington's 3 leadership principles. Principle number 1, have integrity of character. We have all heard the story about George Washington and the cherry tree. And when his father asked if he cut down the cherry tree, his answer was, "I cannot tell a lie, it was me." Now, we don't know if this story actually happened as a child for George Washington, but it goes to show that over 200 years, people have told this story, and it's a testament to the honesty of George Washington. If people don't trust you or believe that you are trustworthy, then there's a very high likelihood that they're not going to follow you because your motives are always going to be in question. Washington's leadership principle number 2, take care of your people before taking care of yourself. There's another story about Washington, about a time that he and his troops had an encounter with Native Americans. They were all marching for a long time, they were parched, it was hot, and the Native Americans offered them water. Washington, before taking a single sip, offered that water to his troops because he knew that if you take care of your people and you show that you care and they know that, they are going to go above and beyond for everything that you expect them to do. George Washington's 3rd principle of leadership is to surround yourself with people who will challenge you. Washington was a huge believer in not having no men around him or no women. He wanted people to poke holes in his assumptions. He wanted people to challenge his thinking so that at the end of the day, the plans that were created were really going to lead to the greatest outcome for everyone's benefit. If you think back on these 3 principles, not only did they apply 250 years ago, but they're absolutely applicable now. So quick recap. Number 1, be trustworthy, be honest, be transparent with your people. They will know where you stand and they will follow you. Number 2, be a servant leader. Take care of your people first. Make sure that they know that you have their greatest interest in mind and they will always go above and beyond for what you ask them to do. And number 3, surround yourself with people who will challenge you. You as a leader should never believe that you have all the answers. You should always seek the advice of people around you who can provide opposing views that will really help to expand your thinking before you execute, because I'd rather know up front if there are potential holes in the plan than once I'm mid-execution and I'm finding out the hard way. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's patriotic, straight talking leadership. And I hope everybody has a fantastic 4th of July weekend. Be safe out there. Count your blessings that you live in the greatest nation on earth and lead on.